Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to this week's Forex forecast. So every week I come on here to give you guys 5 currency pairs to look out for high probability setups in the Forex market. So this week I'm back here with another amazing video. If you've been following our weekly analysis, you must have noticed that at least 4, sometimes 3 out of the currency pairs I give you guys to trade here and to look out for here every single week actually plays out just the same way I actually predict them every single week. You can go back, check all my videos. At least 3 out of the 5 currencies I give you guys every single week, they all play out the same way I actually predict that they're actually going to be playing out during the week. Okay, so here it's another amazing, highly profitable setups to look out for in this coming week. So before we dive right into this video, now let's quickly go into the fundamental. Let's see the news you should actually be looking out for the week. So this week is NFP week, guys. Like NFP week, you guys should really tread with caution. However, there is RBA interest rate decision on the AUD coming out on Tuesday. It's a high probability news. Fed Chair Powell will be testifying on by 4 p.m. GMT +1 on Tuesday too. So it's something to actually look out for. We have ADP non-farm employment change on the USD on Wednesday. Job opening too on Wednesday by 4 p.m. GMT +1. And also there is BOC interest rate decision on the card. Okay, so any currency pair that actually has a card has a high probability of actually going crazy on Wednesday, okay, by 4 p.m. GMT +1. Okay, and of course Friday is non-farm payroll by 2:30 Friday. Okay, the JPY, there's a press conference on the JPY also, is something to actually look out for on Friday. Okay, so that's it. Let's jump right into the technical aspect of what you should be looking out for during the week. Now remember guys, I'm a day trader. Okay, every setup I'll be giving to you right here are day trading setups. I don't give you guys swing trading setups. So hence we'll do our analysis starting from the daily time frame. Okay, it's really a waste of time to do analysis starting from a weekly time frame where you're actually looking out for, starting from a weekly or monthly time frame where you're actually looking out for just 20, 30, 50 pips out of the market. Okay, so I'm a day trader, so the setups I'll be giving to you are day trading setups. Okay, that said, let's start from the very first one on the list, Euro GBP. Last week I gave you guys a trading signal of the Euro GBP, and this is how it actually played out, and we were able to hit our first target last week on the free Telegram signal channel. So if you're yet to join our free signal channel, please, the link will be on the description. Join our signal channel. It's totally free. We ain't charging you nothing. We send high probability trading signals on that channel. So join our free signal channel. So this was a trade I sent to you guys last week. Okay, but however, my bias for this particular currency pair, it's probably going to be changing. Okay, now the reason I gave you guys the signal last week is, as you can see on the daily time frame and also on the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly see that this was a trend line coming all the way from here. Was tested once, twice, thrice, tested the 4th time, then broken, and I very much predicted that this was going to become a resistance, which it clearly happened here. It was tested twice and I knew it was actually time to short. Okay, and I was hoping to take out first to be sincere with you guys, my first target is actually my only target for this particular trade. But I was hoping that if anything happens, probably this trade will actually hit our 3rd target, which was somewhere here, but the probability for that is a little bit slim. That was why I told you guys to actually close out of the trade on Friday. I told everyone close out of the trade on Friday. We might not be able to get to TP3. Okay, but however, this is what I'm actually looking forward to trade, looking forward to happen, this coming week. Okay, now let's see, starting from a daily time frame, we can clearly see here that I think I will need to remove this now so it's not distracting. Good. So you can clearly see here that on this particular market, we started here. Let me start here. We had a higher high and we had a higher low. Then we are not able to get a higher high. We had a lower high and a lower low, then a lower high and an equidistant low. This is a double bottom, a clear double bottom here on the Euro GBP, okay, and then we have a higher high. Okay, now the possibilities that this market will probably come and give us another higher low for us to push all the way up is very high, because if you look out on a daily time frame, I showed you guys this, I drew this line for you guys sometime, I think last two episodes, sorry. Okay, so I think that was when I gave you guys, I told you guys that this market will likely retest this top right here. It will likely, it's very likely it will retest this top to either decide whether to go up or down. So I think that is what is actually about to happen on the Euro GBP. So if you scale down to a 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see if we draw a support and resistance here from here, you can draw it from here. It will make sense from here. Okay, this is actually too wild, too wide, so I'll slim this down a little bit to cover this. Okay, good. So we can clearly see here that this was a resistance here, became a support. This whole zone became a support because it bounced off here, bounced off again, then became broken, gave a false breakout, then bounced off again, broke out this time, tested as a resistance here, then the market is actually back on that zone. So it's very possible that we might have something like this, Of course, manipulation will likely happen here. Okay, so we'll likely see this market go down, clear other blocks that are clearly below, somewhere around here, clear other blocks around here before it will actually decide to move down. Okay, it might actually get down to this point. This might actually get to this point. Okay, it's another possibility. It's a possibility that the double bottom that we're looking out for might actually decide to clear all the other blocks below all these whole zones right here, do a lot of liquidity grab to enable it to have enough momentum to push it all the way up, because this is where we are looking will likely be going to. Okay, this market will likely touch this region. So I have a very strong buy bias on the Euro GBP. So we might not be able to hit our TP3. We might hit TP2, but we might not hit TP3 on the Euro GBP trade that I called for you guys last week. Okay, so either ways, my bias has changed. I'm out of the trade, and I advise that you should be out of the trade too. Let's wait for a double bottom happen here. If it doesn't happen here, that's directly below the zone. It might happen below the zone. So we're here. Okay, so let's wait for this to happen, and then we'll go in for a buy. So my bias on the Euro GBP for this week is actually buy. Now let's go back to the GBP USD. GBP USD has been giving us some downtrending vibes. Starting from the daily time frame, you can clearly see that this market has just been slowly grinding all the way down. We had this double top on the daily time frame, that is here and also here, and it's very possible that this market will likely crash all the way down. It's a possibility. If we are able, sorry, let me delete this. If we're able to break below this low, this low right here, the next possible thing that will happen here is the total breakdown. Okay, this market will likely break from here all the way down, crash either this point, this one, or this one. Okay, so it's a long ride downwards. Okay, so I'm actually having a downward bias on the GBP USD, but I'll tell you why and how I'm actually going to be trading that. So I drew this double trend line here. The very first one, as you can see, is the one I connected with from this high to this high. Okay, and the second one I connected this high to this high. So in between these two zones is a high probability sell zone. Okay, there'll be a lot of selling pressure in between this zone. So what I'm waiting for is for this market to likely come into this zone, somewhere in between these two trend lines. If I see a double bottom, a strong rejection, a manipulation, a head and shoulders pattern, any of such that suggests that the sellers are really there are a lot of sellers in this zone, and hopefully that this market will likely go down from here, I'm actually willing to go for a sell. Okay, so I'm waiting for this market. As you can see, it is clearly looking overbought already. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strong candles. So we might likely get like 2 more of this kind of candles, and then the market will likely crash all the way down from there, at least back to this particular zone before we actually decide where to go to from here. So my bias on the GBP USD is actually a sell. Okay. Now, the next currency I'm going to give you guys is the Euro card. Now, the Euro card is quite, it's like the least in terms of probabilities on the currencies I'll be giving you guys today, but it's something to actually look out for. Now, starting off on a, let's start from a 4-hour time frames for this particular trade. Okay. Now, we've clearly seen that this zone, well, I think daily would do justice. This zone, as you can see here, was a very strong support zone looking backwards. Okay. Let me adjust this little. Okay, good. So it was a strong zone if you look backwards, because it was a support here, came down, support again, then it, the market, let me use the arrow so that you are clear and you guys can understand what I'm saying. So went up, came down, tested again as a support, bounced off, broke down, retested now as a resistance, then back, retested again as a resistance. We have a higher low here, then the market gave us a higher high and is back to this zone. Okay, so this is what we have currently on the Euro card as of a daily time frame. Okay, so but when you scale down to a 4-hour time frame, because if you look here, this was a high, then we had a low, lower high, equidistant low, then we had this higher high. But before this market gave us this higher high here, before the market gave us the higher high, it gave us this brief low, this first high, which formed this little support here before this breakout actually happened. Then the market gave us a lower low, and the market is back to this whole zone. And my bias is that what will probably happen here is something like this, and will likely break down. Okay, now let me give you more details on that from a 1-hour time frame. Now, if you look on a 1-hour time frame, I think it's much more clearly to see the lower low we had here. So this was a resistance zone, like resistance that I showed you guys from daily time frame, and it was broken out here. Then the market came back, broke down into that zone, then it came above that zone. But however, it formed a lower low. That's what I want to show you guys. This lower low is highly significant for my own style of trading. Okay, so I'm hoping that this market is actually looking forward to break all the way down. This is looking like a head and shoulders pattern forming right here, as you can see on the 4-hour time frame, because this is the first shoulder. This is the first shoulder here. If we take into consideration this week, now this is the head. This is the head. Then we have another shoulder, and the market is likely going to give us a downward downward run from here. Okay, but however, a better entry would be to wait for this market to actually break below this last zone, this last support right here. Okay, if you wait for it to break down, it's totally fine, up to you the way you want to enter. Then the market retraces back to that zone, maybe back to a Fibonacci, let's say 61.8 or 38.2, any of the Fibonacci levels. As when this probably happens, then you can actually decide to sell from here. Okay, but however, an aggressive entry would be you entering as soon as the market opens. You can actually decide to enter this trade on a sell. Okay, that will be very aggressive, but it's still a good entry. Okay, so like I said, the Euro card is actually like the least probabilities out of the entries I'm giving you guys this week, but high probability trade would probably play out and is going to give you a very high risk to reward, because if any breakdown happens, this is the next target, and if this doesn't hold, this is the next possible target, which is like a whole lot of pips. Okay, a whole lot of pips. That if you decide to sell here, this is over 198 pips. That's close to 200 pips up for grabs. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to the next currency pair, which is the GBP CHF. I told you guys I'm rarely wrong on the GBP CHF. Of course, yes, GBP CHF predicted, done the analysis of GBP CHF multiple times for you guys here, and that I don't think there's any been one, especially GBP CHF. I don't think there's actually one analysis I've done on GBP CHF that didn't work out the way I predicted. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm a god in this thing. Doesn't mean I'm flawless when it comes to trading. This is just this is just a matter of experience, and I mean I've been doing this for over 6 years, going to 7 years now. Okay, so now on GBP USD, GBP CHF, sorry, you can clearly see this trend line. If you can't see it, let me draw it for you. See this clear trend line happening here on, let me start from this, because the trend line, you draw it connecting to the first two support or resistance levels, then you can stretch it all the way. So this market has actually touched, this is the first one. I think I need to put this closer to, good, this is more like it. And if I want to put this closer to, okay, fantastic. So this is excellent. So as you can see here, the market was tested 1, 2, 3, and we can say that this is actually the fourth one, because this is like a whole zone, it's not a line, right? So we can clearly see here that this market has tested this trend line, which is our resistance for 4 times. Okay, and also we can clearly see, if we draw another trend line joining this point, this one with this one, we can see that we have something like this too. So if we extend this line, we're having this ascending triangle right here. We're having this ascending triangle right here. So we're in the hopes that this market will continue to just keep bouncing until a breakout happens within this zone. It can happen to the upside or it can happen to the downside. Any one of them is actually possible. So, but for the short term, for this week, I'm actually looking out for a breakdown. Okay, I'm looking out for a sell opportunity. Okay, I'm looking out for a sell opportunity. And if you look down the 4-hour time frame, we can clearly see here that this is, if a head and shoulders pattern has been clearly formed here, and the market is back to retest the former support, which will likely now become a resistance. Let me show you that very clearly. This is what we have. This is the first shoulder. This is the first shoulder. Now this is the head. This is the head. This is the second shoulder. Then we broke below this last support here. We broke below this last support to give us a lower low, and the market is back to this zone. So this is what we likely have here. This is the zone. Let me remove this so you can see this more clearly. So this is the zone which was an initial support. We're hoping that it now becomes a resistance to give us a downward momentum. Okay, so this GBP CHF might actually be the first trade I'll be taking for the week. If the trade plays out the way I'm actually looking out for, I'll call the signal for you guys on the Telegram channel. Okay, so this is what we have here. I think the head and shoulders pattern is even much more easier to see on a 1-hour time frame. We even have a double top as far as the 1-hour time frame is concerned, and we've had clearly lower lows and lower highs over here. And from what I can clearly see here, this is looking like a manipulation has already happened. Other blocks above this are looking like they've already been cleared. What we'll likely have is a little bit, we might have a little bit more higher push on Monday, just to gather enough more liquidity, do very massive liquidity grab, and then we can crash down all the way from there. Okay, so GBP CHF is an amazing trade to look out for sell opportunities within the week. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to Euro JPY. Okay, Euro JPY is another trade I'm actually looking forward to trade of this week. Okay, now if you scale down to a 4-hour time frame, this is clearly an uptrend. This is a no-brainer. Okay, this is clearly an uptrend happening here, and I'm looking forward to continuing that uptrend. Okay, but what I want to actually happen in this particular trade is for this market to do a liquidity grab below this low. Okay, because if I draw a zone here, let me move this down, then this one down. Good. So you can clearly see here that this was a resistance here, then it was broken through, now it became a support. So I want this market to actually come back here, give me a liquidity grab here. Okay, grab the liquidity, stop, clear the other blocks that are probably below this low right here, clear the other blocks, give me a manipulation candle, and I'm willing to drive this market all the way up. Okay, so Euro JPY for me, I'll be looking out for buy opportunities sometime within the week. Okay, so it's something to actually look out for. Okay, amazing opportunity. So that said, if you're yet to actually subscribe to this channel, please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, so that every single time, every single weekend I do these videos, you'll be the very first to see, so that you do not miss out of these amazing opportunities I share with you guys every single week. Okay, so give this video a thumbs up. Join the TradeWave Academy if you love to learn more about how to trade. We have a full academy program teaching you guys how to trade, how to do this kind of analysis I do for you guys every single week, how to do it for yourself. Okay, so be a part of the academy, join our free signal channel, enjoy the good the amazing stuff that we share with you guys here at the TradeWave Forex Academy. So till we meet again, cheers, have a lovely week ahead trading. All the best in your trades. Bye.